Welcome to Team Voltron. It's another season of Deepracer. Looking forward to reconnecting with our fans. Welcome and enjoy. Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about an interesting resource I found while I was thinking about different reward functions and how to make my car go faster. So let me turn your attention to the following towards datascience.com article. It's called An Advanced Guide to AWS Deepracer by Daniel Gonzalez. It's a great article. Really recommend you guys take a look at it, at least to get some ideas about what you may want to do in your own race. So it talks about several steps that he took during his Capstone project, I believe, at business school. And really interesting stuff. Talks about computing the optimal race line and speed and how he decided to calculate his action space. So that's further below. So what's really amazing about this, he shared his code. So let me go through a couple of GitHub repos that you may want to look at. The first one is this Deepracer K1999 racelines. It's the code that I use to calculate the optimal race line. Again, I'm not currently using that in the function that got me to top 24 in the pro division. That's literally just looking at the speed of the car, nothing else. And the model is able to drive reasonably well. But again, I'm trying to squeeze more time, or I guess squeeze a few seconds out of the time. So I'm looking at this. So as you can see on the left-hand side here, you have the original track. And on the right-hand side, you have the calculated race line. So this function is going to calculate that streamlined or that optimal race line. Now, the question is, can you get the car to drive that? But that's up to you and the reward function, right? But theoretically, this race line will help you drive faster. The other GitHub repo I want to show you is Daniel Gonzalez's Capstone project repo itself. Here he has a lot of code related to computing the speed. He talks about his reward function and also this automation tool, Selenium, to let you post your model over and over again in an automated way to Deepracer. So if you guys are trying to post 1,000 model submissions, instead of clicking 1,000 times, you can use this code to go ahead and do that. So let's go and see how I use this. So I want to first go to the race line calculation worksheet here. Again, this was borrowed from Daniel Gonzalez's work. First, I downloaded the latest track file. Again, this repo itself is a few years old, so it doesn't have the latest qualifier, so you have to download that yourself. So here it is, 2022 March Pro. And as I run the code, you can see it prints out the track. Let me just quickly go through here. It prints out what the track looks like, right? The center and min and max waypoints here, or I guess inner and outer waypoints. And it has some functions. I'm going to skip through this. You can look at that. This does take a while to run. I think it took me 5 to 10 minutes to run 1,000 iterations. And this is what it outputs. You can see the line here is really hugging those inside corners. And theoretically, this is an optimal race line. Now, you still got to figure out how to make the car drive along this race line. And, I'll be exploring that over the next couple of weeks. Daniel Gonzalez does have a solution. If you want to take a look at that, I encourage you to look at the repo. Again, his solution may not work for you, so your mileage may vary. Now, the other thing I looked at was, once you calculate the optimal race line, you can feed it into, again, Daniel Gonzalez's compute speed notebook, which I have here. Again, he has a bunch of functions. Let's take a look. And given a desired min and max speed, it will calculate theoretically, I guess the theoretical speeds as it goes around the course here, right? So he does a lot of fancy stuff where he, plots out this, basically this histogram, shows you how you're steering throughout the course of the track. Really cool stuff here. And has this density plot. It gets you, gets you nice intuitions about how the action space will be distributed. And then he does something, I won't say strange, but something interesting. He does a k-means clustering to determine the actual points of the action space. I don't know if I really agree with this approach. I think it's a bit overkill, but it was pretty interesting, something to think about, right? And then at the end, he kind of spits out a JSON file for you that you could use in your model file. So I went ahead and used this. I put this into my model build. I trained the model. I'm going to show you the results in a little bit here, but just wanted to show you how you could use these notebooks to calculate a theoretical optimal action space and race line. Hope you enjoy that. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of stuff. Thanks again. There you have it, folks. Team Voltron. Stay tuned for more. Make sure to subscribe and click that like button if you want to see more of this content.